Alrighty, y'all. We are live. Welcome back to Clash of Cultures, episode 4 live show. The most anticipated show of, I would say, all of the live shows that we've done, even all of the shows we've done throughout all of this 2023 College Football Preview Series. We are predicting and previewing all of the games for Week 1 today. We have about 20 to 25 games to go through. Some of them are not ranked opponent or ranked matchups, but there are some good games to kind of predict and talk about. But let us know where you guys are viewing from, what teams you guys are looking forward to seeing this weekend. But before we get into any of that, Dad, how are you doing today? I know you got a busy weekend coming up, but it is Week 1 of college football. So how you feeling?
Yeah, no, obviously very excited. If you guys don't know, I live in Jacksonville. So we've been kind of dealing with this hurricane the past couple of days, but I think that's passed. I think we're kind of getting the all clear and everything's looking good there. So glad. I hope everybody was safe. I hope everybody no major injuries, no major loss of houses or anything like that. Prayers to all the people we watching from the store. Oh, okay,
that's Edgar. You know,
on
that's
Spectrum, huh?
That's a loyal viewer. He was on the. Oh, that is crazy. Preston says change them diapers. But nonetheless. We'll get right into it. But before we do that, again, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like the video, like the stream for us. It helps us kind of broaden our viewership to other people, as well as subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, this was one of our most anticipated videos. I know I've been looking forward to this one. It's going to be a longer video than last week, just because we're breaking down so many games, talking about so many marquee matchups. But before we get into the actual games, what are some Week 1 storylines that you've been kind of following? Heading into this game? I know we did a video that's going to be dropping tomorrow, I think, but what are some that you think of?
I mean, we could talk about some of the same ones that we talked about in the video, quarterback situations, the Colorado situation, who really steps up, who looks like, especially in the games that matter, that Florida State LSU game, who looks like a contender, what does Georgia look like after so much lost? With Carson Beck, how do they look? How does Ohio State look, and how does Kyle McCord look? How does Penn State look, who also lost their starting quarterback from last year? And how do the returning players, the players and the names that we know? We already seen Caleb Williams, but as we talked about, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Jordan Travis, Jaden Daniels, Quinn Ewers. How do these names that we think are going to be impactful to college football this year, how do they look? This is our first full slate. So this is our first real opportunity to break down every team, to see what every team has, and see how they look. Even if they're playing a pushover team, we at least get to see, do they look explosive or do they look a little slow and a little rusty?
Welcome to the channel, Brady. He says new to the channel as of a few days ago. I love it, guys. Finally found an insightful source for the sport I love. Yeah, we've been going through college football for about 3 or 4 months now. We created the channel a little bit less than a year ago. We've been kind of ramping up the college portion. We had a lot of fun. This is my dad and I's favorite sport. We talk about this on a daily basis. So now that we are actually here with Week 1 and have, meaningful football to talk about, it's always good. And Edgar did say, let me know what games to put on this weekend while I'm at work, the top games to see. So Edgar, luckily for you, we're going to go over all the top games right now. So just stick around with us. I know you're probably busy off and on, but just catch us when you can. And he's Guinea Pig Clip says y'all should go through the games in Week 1, pick them, and give your thoughts. So
do we have all the pick 'em games?
We do, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to persuade anybody else. So because there's a few games on. So there's a few. Hold on. JB said, "Live show. You guys barely looking live. Get some sleep before you guys come on next time."
You need me to get hype?
John. That's crazy. Bama said I wouldn't spoil picks. Yeah, I don't want to spoil picks because I want everyone to have their own kind of opinion on those, because then that comes back with bragging rights. Obviously, we're probably going to go over a few of the games. Obviously, the Colorado TCU game is on the pick'em, so we're going to go over that one. But I don't want to go over a few of the other ones unless they just happen to be major games, because I don't want all of us to have the same picks. So it would kind of ruin it. But let's get into the first game and just let you guys know we are going to be going through the games based on the time that it happens. So the earliest games all the way down to the latter games. What did he say? I see you smiling.
I
That
guess
is crazy.
listen. I bet this. I bet Notre Dame can't beat us at war. I bet that. Now tell them arm up and beat us at war. Football and war is two different things.
But moving to the first game. Or actually, wait, before we get into the first game, my week one storyline, because I asked you what yours was. They're saying Cam Rising is likely out versus the
Yeah, I
Gators.
just seen it.
That
I was
came
going
out
to talk about
today.
that in the.
Yeah, that did come out today. They said that the redshirt sophomore, redshirt junior is probably going to get the start. Again, with me, doesn't change my opinion on the game. I still think Utah is going to win. Every time you smile, like I know he says something crazy. You're talking about in the desert. Football is war, Kelvin.
You're right. You're right, Sterling.
But yeah, I think that's a big. He said Utah's still going to win. Yeah, it's still a big loss for Utah, but I still think they're going to win the game. Yeah. But moving on to the first game, I'll go first on this one. Nebraska at Minnesota. Minnesota is a 7-point favorite in this game, if I'm not mistaken. I was looking at it yesterday. Let me double check that before I give you guys some false information. They are a 7-point favorite. Over under at 43 points. I like Nebraska in this game, y'all. Those of you guys who watched the Nebraska preview, I had them going like 10-2 or 9-3. Then they have a chance to win the Big Ten West. And do not be surprised if that happens. I think Matt Rule obviously is gonna turn that program around over in Nebraska. I know they did have that controversy with the dude Eric Gilbert, the tight end from Georgia. He just got arrested for burglary. If you saw the video, that video was crazy. He was kicking the door in, and it looked like a little smoke shop or something he broke into. And he had no shirt on. He tied his face up with a little shirt.
And he's transferred a couple times now.
Yeah, he was the number one. He was the number one tight end in the class.
And we talked about this when you were talking about.
So that is crazy. But I think Nebraska wins this game. Before I give my final score prediction, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, so I am going to say that I'm taking your word for it. I watched a video earlier by another YouTuber that was mentioning how good of a quarterback Sims is, and how nice he was at when he was at Georgia Tech. So I'm gonna give Nebraska, and I don't know if you want to wait or you want me to give my score now. I'm gonna give Nebraska to win. I think this game is going to be close, but I'm gonna believe in Nebraska because you and Alex seem to believe that Nebraska is about to be great. That's funny, Bama, because my score is 30-27. I'm going 30-27. I think Jeff Sims is going to be a difference maker again, obviously with his ability to run. And then in a little bit more of a spread out offense, I think they're going to win 30-27.
So I have Nebraska winning this game 24-20. I think it's going to be a very close game. This game is obviously tomorrow. So I would say of the games tomorrow, there's this one and then the Utah-Florida game, which we're going to be talking about next. Excuse me. But I think I'm good.
That came from someplace evil. You've been drinking baby formula?
No, I'm good.
I said Phil. I said Jeff Sims. Did I say Phil? Did I say Phil Sims? Did you hear me say Phil Sims?
I don't remember, to be honest. I don't remember.
I swear I said Jeff Sims. I'm pretty sure I said Jeff. You wildin', John. Gotta get that hearing checked.
Guinea Pig Clip says Minnesota 34-24. Yeah, I have it winning 24-20 Nebraska. I do think it's a close game, but I like Nebraska after they start off 1-0.
Bro, I told you, man. Hey, somebody need to milk him. You drinking a baby milk.
You mean burp me, idiot?
What did I say?
You said milk me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Burp.
All right, moving on to the next one. Florida at number 14, Utah. I'll let you give your synopsis of this game first and your prediction.
Yeah, we actually broke this game down, so you guys can watch that. I don't want to get too much into that, but obviously with Cam Rising not playing, that's a big hit to Utah. So what I did just to kind of compensate for that is I initially said, if you guys remember, I said that I thought Utah was going to win big. That just made me move this game a little bit closer. Just like Steven said, and I think a couple other people said it. I think this game is going to be going to be closer than initial. Now I really can't think. This game is going to be closer than I initially thought without Cam Rising. However, I think Utah just has too much talent. They're still going to be able to pull this off. So I have this game 27-17, Utah winning at home.
I have it 27-17 as well. My dad and I did do a video that's dropping tomorrow, and we kind of had dialogue. That's why I wouldn't say that's why we have similar scores, because I said that score, and then he said, "Oh yeah, that's the score I had as well." So it just happened to be the same score. But I think, again, if whether Cam Rising plays or not, I think Utah's a better team. I think the home field advantage is going to be significant. If I'm not mistaken, they have one of the highest elevations as far as where their stadium is located at Utah. So I do think that plays a major factor. Obviously, Florida won this game last year in the swamp. So they had the home field advantage last year in that week 1 matchup. But I just give the edge to Utah here. I think they're a better team. John says Minnesota versus Nebraska 6-3 in double overtime. They will Phil Simms out for the handoff. Yo, what is wrong with this dude, bro?
I don't think I said Phil Simms, but I meant Jeff Sims. You knew who I was talking about.
All right, moving on to the game on Friday, the lone game we're going to be covering on Friday, which is the Louisville, not Louisville, Louisville.
Man, I'm not saying no Louisville. It's Louisville. It's been Louisville I'm from Cincinnati, and it's been Louisville, which I think Louisville's like 90 minutes, so about an hour and a half drive, and it was Louisville my whole life. That's what we call it. Louisville.
All right, well,
Louisville.
Well, this game I think is going to be a good one. Obviously, conference game in the ACC. Those of you guys who watched the Louisville preview,
you don't have to give in to them. Just because they say that's what it's supposed to be, you don't have to give in to that shit.
I'm trying to correct myself, man. I'm trying to correct myself. Oh, that's crazy. You're gonna get John riled up. Dad, remember I was telling you about how John said in the Discord when he was talking about how St. Louis has the best high school talent. That's why he said the real Lou. You about to get John riled up in here. But I think Georgia Tech is not going to be enough to beat Louisville in this game. I do think Louisville has a chance to make the ACC title game this year. Obviously, we talked about that in the previews, and that might be a bold take or a hot take. But I think they have a really easy schedule. They can go 9-3, 10-2, and depending on how Clemson shapes out or how Florida State shapes out, I think Louisville has a chance to do that, and I think they win this game 37-20 this week.
Yeah, I know you're real high on Louisville. Obviously, Georgia Tech losing Jeff Sims, that's going to hurt for them. Just quickly, I have Louisville winning 34-20.
That's crazy, man. I have it 37-20. Did you hear me before?
And I want you to know before I even know, because I have written down all my scores. So,
yeah, me too. Me too. I got all mine written down as well.
Yeah, I am. I'm not. This ain't off the top of my head.
Louisville got Isaac Guerrero. He's a beast. 4-4 running back. Okay, never heard of him, but we'll see this Friday. That's probably gonna be the only.
St. Louis?
Who?
Guerrero. Is Guerrero from St. How
Nah.
I didn't know. I'm asking in terms of recruiting.
Guinea Pig said Georgia Tech got a horrible wide receiver coach.
Who's their wide receiver coach?
Yeah.
How do you know their wide receiver coach?
Yeah, because they don't throw the ball.
Your cousin or so? Yeah. Maybe that's what. Maybe that's what he's saying. Because
before we get into the next game, again, we are 13 minutes into the show, 11 people in here. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button, like as well. It goes on to more YouTube algorithms for other people. So as more people get to view our channel, we're going to go live again on Saturday after the games. Yeah, but you forgot your readers. That iPad is blurry. Yo, what is wrong with this dude, bro?
Bro, I got 20/20 vision.
He think you 65.
Yeah, how old do
you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I bet you he's older than you are.
John, if you're willing to say, how old are you, John?
He coached at Notre Dame and screwed us bad. Okay, that makes sense because he's a Notre Dame fan. So that makes sense now. That makes sense now.
I'm with you. Guinea pig clips. That makes sense.
And Guerendo's a Wisconsin transfer, he says.
Oh, yeah. I heard of him.
Alrighty. But moving on to the next game, I'll let you go first. East Carolina at number 2, Michigan. Go ahead.
This guy say he looked better. All right. Yeah, I don't think this one is one of those games that needs serious breakdown. I think Michigan starts their march towards at least the Big Ten championship. or the last game of the season against Ohio State. I think they have a fairly easy schedule up into the Penn State Ohio State game. So with that, I got Michigan winning big. I put 50-7, but this can get really ugly quickly. So I put Michigan 50-7.
Yeah, so this game is going to be one of those games where I probably don't watch, but obviously they're going to be showing the highlights through the other games. This is going to be a bloodbath, obviously. I think Michigan's going to run right through this team. Bama has them winning 52-13. I have them winning 49-3. Normally we have these kind of weird games where the lower teams are able to score, 10 to 14 points.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think they happen to get in the red zone maybe once, or in field goal range once. And they end up getting those 3 points. But I have it 49-3. I'm old enough to know they didn't have a naval vessels in Desert Storm in the desert. I don't know what this dude is talking about. Brady says Michigan's schedule is so soft this year. It is.
I mean, they got 2 games that I think that are even
canceled,
losable for them.
Yeah,
and
but
that's
they did have a game scheduled, but it was canceled. I forget who it was against.
But I know they were talking about that in the video where we kind of broke down Michigan and their schedule.
Yeah, Guinea Pig Clips has it 42-7 in this game. But moving on to the next one, obviously we're not going to talk too much about these top 5 teams playing against JUCOs. So we'll just move on to the next one. Virginia at number 12, Tennessee. I think this game is also going to be a bit of a blowout. It may be, I would say that it has the potential to be either a blowout or a competitive game to a certain extent, just because we don't know. There's a lot of question marks surrounding Tennessee. Now they could come out and, put up 35 points in the first quarter and pick up right where they left off from last year. But they could also, have a slow start. It is game 1 with a new quarterback with some new receivers. Obviously Darnell Carter's gone. So we'll just have to see. But I think this game has the potential to be watchable, at least at the beginning. But I have the final score being 42-13.
Yeah, I think with all the hype surrounding Joe Milton, this is a game that I want to tune into. I want to see. Now we've seen the YouTube videos and the 80-yard throw where it looked like he put very little effort, but that's different than playing quarterback in the quarterback position. Now Joe Milton has been around for a little bit. If you guys remember, he started at Michigan, came to Tennessee, actually beat Hendon Hooker out for the starting job before getting hurt. Last year threw 10 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, looked really good in their bowl game. So Hendon Hooker has the potential to be really good. I just want to see, obviously we're talking about this without Tillman, without Hyatt, without Hendon Hooker. So I want to see what Joe Milton can be. But I think they take care of this game pretty easily. I have this 42-21. Tennessee gives up some points they were known to last year, and I think that's going to happen again. So 42-21 Tennessee.
So Bama has it 38-24, and Guinea Pig has it 38-28. If it's a 10-point game, I'm watching the whole game. So I hope it is a 10-point game, because that would be a good one to watch. But moving on to the next one. Before we move on to the next one, again, if you guys are just now stumbling into the video, make sure you guys give us a quick like. It takes 2 seconds to like the video. It shares to other people. So that way more people can get in here and give us their opinions, perspectives, and takes on all of these games that we're breaking down for week 1. And make sure you guys subscribe and hit the notification bell. But moving on to the next game, I'll let you break this one down. You are a lot higher on this team than I am. It is Colorado at number 17, TCU.
So, yeah, another game we talked about. One, obviously, TCU has lost a big piece or big pieces of what made them so good last year. Again, obviously, a team that was in the national championship, not the Big 12 champion, but they were in the playoffs and were able to get to the national championship. They beat that same Michigan team that we're talking about. But they lost a lot of those players, Max Dugan, Johnston. We know a number of players that they lost. Colorado, again, this is all, and I said this. Did we do a Colorado TCU video?
No, we did not.
I remember talking about this game.
We might have. I don't remember. We did so many, man.
Yeah, but I think the thing for Colorado is just to be competitive. Now, obviously, coming off of 111 season, they just want to make this a game, make TCU have to play the entire game, and I think they're going to do that. I am going to pick TCU, but I have this game 24-17.
Oh, you have this game pretty close in touchdown. Yeah. So obviously, for me, those of you guys who've been around the channel for the last 2 or 3 months, I'm not high on Colorado at all. I previously did say I think if they go 5-7 this year, I think it's a win for them. But if they're 3-9, then I think the overall season is a loss, just because 1-11 to 3-9, I don't feel like is a big enough jump for all the media coverage and hype that they got in the offseason. Obviously, Travis Hunter now has this show every Monday. To me, that was a joke, like the stuff he was saying on that show. I'm not
Oh,
sure if
I
you
didn't
saw it.
see it. No,
He
I didn't
said that
see the show. I seen he has a
he
show.
was his number one Heisman favorite. He was,
Okay.
and Shadur was number two, Caleb Williams was number three, and then Bo Nix was number four. And that's all he
Okay.
named. But that's neither here nor there. So I do have TCU winning this game, 38-24. I only have it a 2-touchdown game. I think there's going to be learning curves on both sides of the sidelines, for both of these teams. I think obviously with a new quarterback for TCU, losing a lot of pieces as well, and then Colorado bringing in 56 or 57, however many players in from the transfer portal, it's going to be a lot different for them. But I do think Shadur is a good enough player to where he could put up points. I think they have enough talent, with Jimmy
Yeah.
Horn, I think his name is, where
Yeah.
they could put up points as well. So I do think they'll put up points, but I don't think they win this game. I think if they win this game, then everything that Dion has done in the offseason needs to be respected. I will say
Yeah.
that.
They pull this game off.
If
Yeah.
they some if they win this game, not only will I have to pay Christian $40 because I bet him $40,
I'm
but
shocked Christian bet you $40 on this, but
I mean, he bet me $250 on USC Tulane,
good
and
point.
I
You're
lost
right.
that bet.
Good
So
point.
those of you guys who didn't know, I bet on the Cotton Bowl last year. I had USC beating Tulane, $250, and I had to
It's
pay up
funny
that
because
bet.
I thought that was the craziest bet ever. And
Yeah, that is crazy that I
the
had to pay
man
two
hit.
hundred fifty dollars. That was crazy. But I do have this game 38-24. So we'll
Okay.
see how that one goes. But moving on to the next one, another game that really is probably going to be a blowout. At least we'd like it to be. Because we want Oklahoma to be, better than they were last year, being 6-7 or whatever they were at the end of the year. That's Arkansas State. I'm at number 20 Oklahoma. Obviously, I'm a Brent Venables fan, so I hope they win this game by 50. And Dylan Gabriel has a good game, and there's no hiccups. In week one. But what we saw last year, obviously, they struggled mightily in a lot of those games. So I do think that they win big, but I wouldn't be surprised if some people had this game closer than I do. But I have this game 45-10 Oklahoma. I think they just have better players, better overall talent, better. I guess at every position they're significantly better. So I would say, based on that, just having better talent, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma here 45-10.
I'm gonna take a guess because I think I know this. I think Arkansas State is the Red Wolves. I'm not
They are.
sure. Oh, look at that. But again, yeah, this is one of those games that I'm not gonna spend much time on. I think Oklahoma was in a lot more games than people give them credit for. So I think this year, having Dylan Gabriel back, having a little bit more consistency. Obviously, you had the mass exodus when Lincoln Riley went to USC, but now hopefully you got a little bit of stability at Oklahoma. I think you'll see a drastic improvement in their ability to close out some of these games. This one I think is going to be a laugher. I have it 40-7, Oklahoma winning big.
Gotcha. Guinea Pig says Arkansas State's going
Gonna
to keep
keep
it
it
close.
close.
That
Okay.
would be surprising. And before we keep going, we're about 30% of the way through these games. We are not going live on Sunday. We're going to go live Saturday as soon as like the major games finish. Obviously, we won't be able to break down the LSU, Florida State, and the Clemson Duke game in that live. But my dad has somewhere to be after Saturday, so we're going to go ahead and do the live show Saturday and break down
Because
all of
I'm in the
Saturday's
Navy,
games.
John, and we got shit to do.
um so yeah, we're gonna do a live show Saturday night, and I'll set it on there, so make sure you guys turn the notification bell on so you guys have a reminder set for that. But the next game, Utah State at Iowa. Not too much to talk about in this game, although they did just say Cade McNamara may not play in this game,
Yeah.
which
I literally was about to say that.
I still don't think it matters, though, to be honest. They're just a better team overall. It may make the game a little bit closer, but I still think I was just a better team than Utah State is. So I don't see them having any trouble with them. I had this game 34-13 Iowa. With obviously I made this list without McNamara being announced that he may not play. So if he doesn't play, I'll go a touchdown lower. I'll say 27-13. I still think they're going to win pretty big.
Yeah, Iowa just plays tough in the trenches. They play very disciplined football. So with or without Kate McNamara, they still have Eric All, who I think is a heck of a player at tight end. That they got over that they got from Michigan. I think they're going to beat up Utah State in the trenches. I don't think this is going to be a high scoring game. I think this is going to be a grounded out, pounded out type of football game. I got Iowa winning 21-14.
21-14, so a lot closer.
Yeah.
A lot lower than I had it. Moving on to the next one, Dad. I'll let you kick this one off. Another one that doesn't really have much to talk about. Mercer at number 22, Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think people sometimes lose how big of the offensive genius Lane Kiffin is. The guy can call plays. He knows how to set up teams, and he's going to have Ole Miss competitive. I think no matter where Lane Kiffin goes as an offensive coordinator or as a player, obviously he's the head coach, but as a guy running the offense, he's going to have that team competitive. Mercer, I couldn't tell you who Mercer, the Campbells.
I don't know what Mercer is, to be honest.
Mercer Camels. Oh, it was a but I think Ole Miss is gonna do Mercer pretty bad. I have this 45-0.
Bryce says Ole Miss sucks. He's an Auburn fan, by the way.
Damn, Bama, you think Mercer's gonna score 20 on Ole Miss?
I would be very surprised if they were able to score 20 points.
Yeah, that would be shocking.
That would be crazy. I had this game 42-7. He says I think they're in Alabama.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. But yeah, I have this game 42-7. I think Judkins has a chance to not only win the Walker. I think he has a chance to win the Heisman. Depending on how he plays, how much they use him. Obviously they have a lot of quarterbacks over there. I'm not sure if they're going to be throwing the ball around a bunch, but he had some crazy stats last season. And I think if they are able to win, 10 games this year somehow, I think he has a chance to be in New York by the end of the year. One of the lone running backs, maybe Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards. I wouldn't put Will Shipley in that realm just because I don't think we're going to give him the ball too much. But I think Judkins is a top 3 to 5 running back in all of college football. So hopefully they use him that way. Guinea Pig Clip says, can't wait to see how good Kiffin going to be when he learns you can run the ball as well. Yeah, they need to give him the ball for sure.
I think he has to be a 25 touch, 30 touch per game guy this year.
Yo, John, this dude, John, you give life to this channel, man. He said, driving my Porsche to go get a nicotine vape and I don't smoke. I'm getting sleepy.
Why do you feel like we needed to know what type of car you get? Why?
Yeah.
I need to know that you really have a Porsche. I feel like you overflexed to the point that it's not believable. Like, I don't believe you have a Porsche.
No, so he posted in Discord. He has a Porsche and he has a Humvee.
The fact that you felt like you needed to advertise that I'm driving my Porsche, that just makes me believe that you're a poser a little bit, John. That's just me being real with you. I feel like you're posing a little bit. You probably don't have no Porsche. I need you. What's his team?
John is remember he's a Missouri, Wisconsin guy.
Okay, I need you to hold a sign next to your Porsche that says Missouri, Wisconsin.
I think he could do it. I think he could do that for sure.
Yeah, again, maybe you could prove me wrong. I just feel like somebody who really has a Porsche doesn't have to say, I'm driving my Porsche.
He said, put me in here. I'm driving it now. He said, put me in the stream.
Put me on.
Like, he's saying he wants to get up in here with us. Oh, man. He bet his Porsche on Mizzou football. Yeah, he did, actually. In the Discord, me and him are going back and forth. He said...
That lets me know he don't have a Porsche. That makes it even worse.
He said... He was like... He told me... He said, I bet you Mizzou goes 8-4 this year. I'll bet my Porsche on anything that you drive. And I was...
John, man, I love you, man. I love you. Real talk. I love you, man. I appreciate you.
Hey,
I thought you was giving him the link to. I was like, damn.
No. Make sure you guys join the Discord. The link is in the chat. I just put it in there. We talk football in there every day. Again, we're gonna be talking all weekend long with all these games. Nolan, I know you're in here. Make sure you join the Discord. Michigan's in here. Yeah, Michigan's in here.
Michigan ain't posted up. Where you at, Michigan?
Hey, Brady, if you're still in here, man, I know you just found the channel. Make sure you join the Discord as well. We talk football in there every day. Bama says you can't take anything John says serious.
Yeah, that man don't have no Porsche.
All right.
John, I love
Anyways,
you, man. I love you, man.
move, moving on to the next one. Portland State at number 15, Oregon. I'll go over this one first. What? What?
I'm looking
um,
at John. John knew I
um,
was looking at him.
so this game, obviously another bloodbath of a game. I don't think this game's going to be close at all. Obviously we dropped our bold take video either yesterday or the day before. And a lot of people think Oregon may win the Pac-12, including my dad thinks Oregon's going to win the Pac-12. I
I
don't
do.
think Portland State has much of a chance against the Ducks. I'm going to go 45-0 in this game. I think their offense is pretty good. I don't think Portland State has the firepower on offense to score against this Oregon defense. If I'm not mistaken, Oregon either had the second or third best defense in the Pac-12 last year. So we'll see. Bama says 63-10, but who do you have?
That's
What's the
funny
score, I guess?
because I went 63-0. I think Oregon's a team that obviously is basically running a fast break. I think they're going to get up and down the field. I think they obviously want to have a much better start to the season than they had last year. I think Bo Nix wants to have a better start, and I know he wants to start his Heisman campaign as he gets ready to leave Oregon and look to play in the NFL. So yeah, I think they're going to put up points. They're going to put up points fast against Portland State. So yeah, I got a 63-0.
Okay, and also before we get into the next one, he said, "I'm trying to concentrate driving." What is wrong with this dude? I'm gonna post in the chat the link to the pick'em. If you guys have not joined it already, make sure you guys do that. The pick'em is where there's gonna be 10 games every week through ESPN. You just pick who you think's gonna win all 10 games at the end of the year. Whoever has the most points. We are going to fund you guys a jersey of your choice, so you'll be able to pick a jersey. You'll have bragging rights until next season.
John, are you in the pick'em? I need to know if John is John in the pick'em.
He's got to be in the pick'em. I would be very surprised if he's not.
I bet your Porsche that I beat you against the car that I drive. I'm gonna give him AJ's car in Hawaii. I bet your Porsche against my car that I beat you in the pick'em,
John. But moving on to the next game, I'll let you kick this one off first. Obviously, your squad, number 3 Ohio State at Indiana.
Yeah, I think we just have too many weapons. Obviously Indiana, that's an in-conference game, and they have in the past given us problems. If you guys remember, the year they had Michael Penix Jr., they put up some points. But I think we have too many weapons this year, and I think really this season is not going to be about the quarterback, but it's going to be about the offense. The defense looking really good. So I think we're going to try to flex our muscles here. I think you will see both quarterbacks, just like Coach Day said. So you'll see McCord, you'll see Devin Brown. I think Ohio State wins 42-7.
So you have this game a lot wider spread than I do. I do think Ohio State wins this game. I think Ohio State is far better than Indiana, but like you said, Indiana has been a little tough for you guys. I would say historically in the last couple of seasons. So I do have this game 41-20. I think Indiana is able to score a little bit of points, but I still think, it's a 3-touchdown, 21-point victory. It is at Indiana. I don't know how much credit I give to the home crowd. I've never really watched Indiana.
I guarantee a big portion of that crowd is going to be Ohio State fans.
You think so?
Yeah, Indiana's the next state over. It's not far. It's one of those games that Ohio State fans will go to if you can't get tickets to a game at the Horseshoe. So because it's within driving distance. So
gotcha. Bama has it 37-13. Ohio State, I'm assuming. But again, like you said, too much firepower on Ohio State's offense. So I think ultimately that's what's gonna do the Hoosiers in. But moving on to the next one, we have. I'm going to go first on this one. Boise State at number 10, Washington. So my dad and I both put 2 upset alerts for the week. I think Boise State has a serious shot at winning this game. Now, listen, Boise State has been a really good team over the last 10 years. Obviously, Washington has one of the most prolific offenses coming into the season, a top 10 team. But Boise State is not a walkover. They're not a walk in the park. I think they are a really good team in their own right. I do think Washington wins this game, but I'm going to let you guys know this now. When we go live Saturday, if Boise State happens to win this game, I'm not going to come on here like shocked, like, oh my gosh, we got an upset, because I don't think if Boise State were to win this game, it would be breaking news, because I think Boise State is a really good football team. I think they're a good program. I think if it was at Boise State, I would give them even more credit. But I think regardless of where this game is being played, it's the same. I would still consider Boise State to be closer to the Pacific Northwest. So I would say they're, weather-wise, it's not going to matter. Yeah, I would say it's not going to matter. So I do think this game is going to be very close. I have it 38-34 Washington. So I think this is
Oh my goodness.
38-34. I think this game is going to be the game of the week. Other than the LSU Florida State game, I would say this game is going to be game of Saturday. I like this game a lot. This is a game that I'm 100% going to watch. I only live about 4 hours away from Washington. I wish I could go to this game, but I got too much going on this weekend, so I'm not able to. But this is going to be one hell of a game, and I have it, like I said, 38-34 Huskies winning. This is my first of two upset alert games.
I had a score for this game, and some of these close scores that I see have made me change my score. So I was going to say 42-10, but you guys have convinced
42-10 is crazy.
You guys have convinced me to say 42-0. Washington is going to beat the brakes off of Boise State. Y'all gonna start respecting Washington. I'm telling you, they are legit.
Hey,
so
listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now. Washington is not blanking Boise State. I'm listen.
42-0.
Listen.
Bet
Washington is,
on it.
no, listen. Washington is not beating them 42-0.
Listen.
You don't even believe that.
My score was 42-10. So I'm saying 42-10.
Drop the Discord link again. All right, I'll drop the Discord link one more time, y'all. There's 15 of you guys in here. If you guys have not joined the Discord already or haven't subscribed, make sure you guys do that. Like the video for us as well, so it helps to get to other people. We go live twice a week. Today, we're obviously going over all of the games in week one, so we're doing that for you guys. In the Discord, we're going to be chopping it up every weekend, talking about all the games. Obviously, this is week one, so there's a lot of hype surrounding week one. We do have a pick'em as well. If you scroll through the comment section, you'll find a pick'em link not too far back. So you guys are able to join that for bragging rights. And the winner at the end of the year will be given a jersey. Just stopped at one of my storage units. I'll take a photo of me flipping Jax the Bird. Got one of my Compton shirts on. Yo, this dude is funny, bro.
Post it in here.
No, he'll post it in the Discord, and I'll show it. All
right. Yeah, post it in the Discord right now.
But
because it's simple. Don't comment again until you post the picture.
No, he definitely has a Porsche.
He doesn't. You do not know that. Don't say definitely.
I am very certain that
there's a difference between I believe that. Look, there shouldn't be another post until we post that picture in the Discord.
No, we can't
post it in the Discord. It should be simple. Cool.
He said he said it's there. Let's see.
So look.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, bro got a Porsche. Hold on. Bro got a Porsche.
Okay, John. I see you.
Hey, he needs his respect, man. That is funny. Guinea
pig escaping for him, though, Steven. You were escaping.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. He's been in here for a while. I don't think he's a liar. But moving on to the next game. Oh, Rice at number 11, Texas. So I'll let you take this one first.
Yeah, like I said, for Texas this year, this is the season of Quinn Ewers. Obviously, if he has a good season, if you guys remember, because of the Ohio State year and playing last year, he can leave and go to the NFL after this season. Again, number one recruit 3 years ago, I think. So yeah, I think this is a game where he kind of puts us on notice that he is somebody to be reckoned with, that he is somebody who should be in that Heisman conversation. I have Texas winning 35-7, but I have Quinn Ewers having a big game.
I have Texas winning big in this game as well. I have it 45-7. I'm surprised you only have them scoring 35 points to Rice. Bama has it 35-3.
Look at that. Thanks, Bama. Bama got a Porsche
too. I think Texas wins handily in this game. Obviously, we're going to be doing our previews next week. You won't be here for that show. So that kind of sucks to not be able to talk about the Alabama-Texas game next week. But John says I'm taking Rice. Texas sucks. Okay, I'm not even posting yours no more because you just saying stuff now. Texas 42-17. Number one rule: always beat food. Rice should never win. Okay.
I want John to know that I'm Googling to see if that picture is just on Google. If he grabbed that picture from Google. Asian guy, Compton, middle finger.
He's not Asian, I don't think, but K_E says Texas 49-7. But moving on to the next game, Tennessee State at number 13 Notre Dame, another bloodbath. I think Notre Dame and Sam Hartman look good again in this game. Obviously, Guinea Pig Clips might have it 77-0. He's a Notre Dame fan. I have it 52-3. I think they win this game big. I'm excited to see the new AP.
2-3. Okay.
Yeah, I have. I'm excited to see the new AP poll that comes out Tuesday morning. I'm really excited for that.
This man said
Yo,
84-0.
I'm not even putting that on the screen.
Come on, you already put it on the screen.
84-0.
Yeah, it's on the screen.
No, I'm talking about something else he typed.
Oh, come on, John. Come on, John.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. He tripping, bro. I can't even delete it. That's the worst part. But moving on to, or I'll let you give your synopsis on this game.
I don't even know what to do with that now. Like now we gonna get shut down because of John wilding. Because John racist. Now you got a Porsche. You ain't nothing to be mad about. What were we at? Notre Dame. Yeah. So I have the game a little bit closer because I think Notre Dame is going to try to use power run offense still. I think SMA is gonna get going. He only had like 90-something yards against Navy. I think he'll have a bit more of a breakout game. But again, I think they're going to try to control the. I'm not even 42-7. 42-7 Notre Dame.
Hey, John, chill, bro. I'm gonna have to stop you from commenting. Chill, bro. Chill. You wilding out. Moving on to the next one. Buffalo at number 19, Wisconsin. In this game, what is he even
talking about?
I don't know, but he's tripping. All right. But I have it 34-3 in this game. I think Wisconsin wins handedly. I don't think. Well, my screen just started tweaking. I don't think this game is going to be close at all. Oh man, Buffalo has it 17-13. Bama has it. That's that your upset? Guinea Pig has it by Buffalo. Okay.
Am I tripping? Like
no. Okay, relax. But yeah, I have it 34-3. What is your take on this one?
Yeah, I want to see Wisconsin in a non-power I offense. I want to see what that looks like. So I think Wisconsin is obviously going to beat up on Buffalo a little bit. But this is a game that I'll probably tune into at least for a little bit, just because I want to see what they look like. But I got Wisconsin winning 41-14.
He says it's only because Wisconsin. John is a Wisconsin fan. That's why they're saying that.
Oh, okay. Listen, I don't. I'm not messing with John no more. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not acknowledging that man.
That's crazy. Moving on to the next one, UT Martin at number 1 Georgia. I'm not even going to take my time with this one. Obviously, this game is going to be. This game is. I have it 49-0.
Yeah, I said 55-0.
Yeah. He said.
I don't know why. My bigger problem with this is that this game even gets scheduled. Why is Georgia playing UT Martin? Like, not UT Martin. Like, yeah, this shouldn't even be a game. I will pay no attention to this besides seeing the final score just to see how Georgia looks as they come into this season.
Alrighty. Before we move on to the next one, those of you guys who are in here still, like I said, make sure you guys comment where you guys are viewing us from, what games you guys are most excited to see this week. Also, if you guys have not already, make sure you guys subscribe, enjoy the Discord. The links are in the description as well as the comment section. We go live twice a week. So this has been fun so far. But nonetheless, moving on to the next game, Nevada at number 6 USC. So I'll let you kind of do this one first.
Yeah. So I think USC is going to have a lot of the same issues that they had last year, and I think we've seen that with San Jose State. They're going to look really good on offense, very explosive, and they have explosive players. Caleb Williams is going to be Caleb Williams, and he's going to put up numbers. But the defense, I think, is a problem. And I think Nevada probably has a better offense, or at least a comparable offense to San Jose State. So with that, I have this game probably closer than people believe it would be. I have it 42-28.
So I have this game 52-13. I think they're going to do a lot better than they did last game. I think Nevada is, I wouldn't say they're, how can I put it? I think with how the game went last week, there's going to be a lot of talk about the USC defense. I think they play a little bit better in this game.
I can see that.
Bama has it 56-0. I do think Nevada happens to score some sort of points. I don't think they're going to blank
Oh,
Nevada.
guinea pig. Oh, guinea pig clips has USC losing. That's
Where do
crazy.
you see that? Yeah, that is crazy. So that's your upset for the week. I
Yeah.
don't think. He said I just want to see USC play a better defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
me too. But I like I said, I do have it 52-13. But moving on to the next game, Southeast Missouri at Kansas State. Another game that's not going to have much emphasis, I don't think. I have it 41-7. I think this game's going to be a blowout. We said that 56-0 was for Georgia, not for
Oh,
USC.
got you. Got you.
Gotcha.
Got you.
But yeah, I have this game a blowout. What do you have this game?
Yeah, I mean, again, Southeast Missouri shouldn't be playing a Power Five team. I have this game 42-7.
Okay, moving on to the next one. I know we're kind of flying by, but some of these aren't really worth talking about much. But New Mexico at Texas A&M. This game again, I have it a bloodbath. I have it 42-10 though. I think there's a lot of question marks surrounding this team. Obviously, we talked about Jimbo being on the hot seat. So we'll have to see, but I do have it 42-10.
Yeah, this is another game that I'll probably tune into for a little bit. As I told you guys, I'm down on Texas A&M. I think Steven's a little bit more optimistic about them. I want to see. I want to see that Jimbo can get this offense heading in the right direction. Because obviously they had some problems really since Jimbo's been there. So I have it 31-14. But like I said, this is a game that I want to see Texas A&M kind of flex their muscle and look like they're going to be a serious SEC contender in the West.
Alrighty, moving on to the next one. This is like our last kind of game that we'll fly through.
Yeah.
Obviously, Middle Tennessee State against number 4 Alabama. I'll let you kind of go first on this one.
Yeah, again, another game I'm going to tune into. I want to see what Alabama, especially as Nick Saban has been so guarded with the depth chart. I want to see what they do at the quarterback position. I think we said this, but I suspect that all three quarterbacks will play a little bit. And I want to see what they look like. I want to see does Milrow or who really looks like they have control of the offense. I think this is a tune-up game for Alabama. I think they're going to win this pretty big, 31. I think that's kind of low. I have it 55-0. So I think Alabama's going to win big just because, again, Alabama's still a team full of five-star recruits. But I think, like I said from the beginning, I think Buckner's going to look the best behind under center. And I think he's going to start to take the position at quarterback.
So Bama State's actually going to this game, and he has it
Oh,
48
that's
to
what's up.
3. They're a 39-point favorite.
Bama, do you live in at or near Tuscaloosa? Because I want to try to get out there for an Alabama game sometime this season.
Yeah, he has them winning 48 to 3. They're a 39-point favorite. I have it 56 to 3. I have them winning big as well. Tommy Rees can't coach on an offense to that many points. It's hard to say though because Alabama, their defense is going to put their offense into really good situations. So it's not going to be
Well,
like
and remember, we are talking about
Nick
Middle
Saban.
Tennessee State. Like we're not
Yeah.
talking about like LSU or Tennessee, right? I think they are just superior to this team. Yeah, exactly. Maybe against Middle Tennessee State. Yeah, I think they're just far superior to this team.
But moving on to the next one. Like I said, I have that game 56 to 3. Moving on to the next
Why
one.
you wait a minute? Why you let my man John just steal all you had energy, now you let
Yo,
John zap
relax.
all your energy?
Relax. I'm good. Chill, chill,
Man,
chill.
no, I need some more energy.
He
You
wilding out
let
in the chat.
now we go because John zapped your energy.
He almost zapped our monetization. That's what he almost did. He bugging.
You let John zap our energy. Come on,
All right,
we gotta get
relax,
our
relax,
energy back up. Let's go.
relax. Moving on to the next
Especially
game.
now, we're in the good games.
This is my second upset alert a week. Now, when I say upset alert, I do think Penn State wins this game. They're a 20 to 21 point favorite. But I don't think they cover 21 points. I think a lot of people are down on West Virginia. They think they're such a bad team. They're not playing a team from Conference USA. This is still a Power 5 team.
Yeah.
I do think this game is a lot closer than people expect. I went 34 to 21. So I think Penn State wins. I think obviously they have two good
21 is actually a pretty decent.
It's a pretty decent game. Like I said, but they're a 21-point favorite. So we'll see. He said, "Damn, you upset Jesse, bro." What is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. All right, but what is your take on these two?
Yeah. So
On this game?
we continue to say that Penn State is only little brother to Michigan and Ohio State, and they should be included in some of these conversations, especially if they get a win. I think this is an important game for them. I think, especially with a new quarterback, it's going to be really about those two nice. Now sophomore running backs, you're going to see a lot of them handing the ball off. So I think with that, the score will be down a little bit, but I think they're going to control the line of scrimmage. I have it 35-21.
When does Clemson play? They play Labor Day. They play on Monday, bro.
Yeah, and we're gonna
Um,
get to that. It's coming
yeah,
up.
we're still getting to that. So there's 5 games left. We're getting to. So these are the last 5. Quit hating on the Big Ten. I can't stand Penn
I'm a
State, but
Big Ten fan.
he might not be talking about you. He might be
Oh,
talking
he's
about
talking about
somebody else.
somebody in there. Okay, okay, okay.
I'm assuming he is. But before we get into our last of 5 games, there's 15 people in here. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us and checking out the channel. If you guys are new around here, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss an upload. We go live twice a week. We also have a Discord, which I've already posted in the comment section, so make sure you guys
Bruh,
scroll up for that.
no. Yeah, energy, bro. You sound. I need some more
No,
energy.
relax.
Your
Make sure
energy
you guys
is whack.
join that Discord. And we also have the pick'em. And at the end of the year, whoever has the best score on the pick'em will be getting the signed jersey, the jersey of your choice. Bryce says what time is the Utah Florida game? Tomorrow. I think it's at
I think it's
8 o'clock Eastern. Yeah,
Yeah.
8 Eastern. Yeah, Clemson plays Monday. But moving into the next game, what?
Bro, your energy, bro. You
Yo,
gonna let
you
this man
I'm not gonna lie,
zap your energy.
you sound like John Berger now. You sound like him right now.
Bro, you
Um,
let this man get your energy.
so the game day game of the week, number
Well, let
21
me
North
go
Carolina.
first with this one. This is one of my upset specials.
Okay.
And I have not picked it. First, I think this is going to be a high scoring game because I think these two teams have some issues on defense. We know Spencer Rattler in South Carolina, how they kind of ended the season on an upswing. Obviously Derek May and not only just in Heisman bid.
Drake May.
Who did I say?
Boy said Derek May.
I don't know why I said Drake May, and not only the Heisman bid potentially, but really positioning for an NFL high draft pick. Okay, I said Derek, damn it. But I think both teams struggle on defense. I think this is going to be a very good game, a shootout. I do have North Carolina winning, but I think this is my upset special. I have North Carolina winning 40-35. It's funny because a couple people close to me, Bama, I see you. But yeah, 40-35. This is my upset special. One of my upset specials.
Okay, so I wouldn't really call this an upset. That's the only reason why it wasn't on my upset one. Just because I think South Carolina was one of the fringe top 25 teams. So
Yeah.
if it was a top 30, they'd probably be on there. So that's the only reason why. Is it pronounced Berger or Burger? But John's name, Derek May.
Okay, we all heard it. You knew who I was talking about.
Guinea Pig Clips has it 28-34 North Carolina.
So I think everybody has this game close.
Yeah, I have North Carolina winning 38-34. So I do have North Carolina winning this game. Obviously, I'm an ACC guy, but I do think Drake May has a really good. I think Drake May has a really good season again. And I think even though South Carolina ended the season with crazy momentum, I don't think they can sustain that for a whole another year. And against a top 25 team like North Carolina, I don't see that happening. They obviously beat Clemson last year, but with Clemson, it was kind of different because Clemson's offense wasn't as prolific as North Carolina's was.
John, I think everybody knows that song. I think that's a pretty well-known song.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what he's talking about.
You don't know? You don't know, Peter? I'm from North Carolina. Go ahead and rise up. Take your shirt off. Looking like a helicopter.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That's an old head anthem right there.
But do you know the song?
No, I would have to hear it.
Oh,
you didn't do it any justice. I would have to hear it. I would have to hear it.
There's no way you don't know
bro,
that song.
Why are you bugging?
Because you do this and it makes me mad. You know the damn song. Try to act like that. You don't do it justice. North Carolina, go ahead. Take your shirt off.
Anyway.
Sterling, do you know that song?
K_E says 55, 53, and 5 overtimes.
This one for you? This one for who? Us. Who
That's
am
the
I? Petey Pop, mother.
yo, chill, chill,
Yo,
chill.
I
That's a
stopped, but y'all know the song.
Bama said old head talk.
Bama know the song too. Everybody know
But
the song.
moving on to the next one, South Alabama at number 24, Tulane. This game isn't. I mean, I wouldn't say. Um, your dad's older than me. Good rendition, Steven. I'm taking Jackson to Porsche. Get that Uber app out. um,
So,
10 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, he thought you were driving a damn Jetta. He don't even think you got a Porsche. And you gonna take a
well,
minute?
he showed the little picture. I get props.
Sterling said, "Seen Drake may play live. He did solid without his top weapons. Josh Downs did not play in that game against Oregon.
Yeah.
Um, so that's why. All I know is freak a leak. All right, we're getting off topic here, guys. All
Bro,
right.
you don't know, come on, you know this song.
What is your score? What is your score prediction for South Alabama Tulane?
It's North Carolina. And, wait a minute. Now I'm off. What song? What movie are we talking about?
What song? What?
What game? What game are we talking about?
South Alabama Tulane.
So I got Tulane, and I talked about this. I think Tulane's going to have a very good record, and it's going to be a little bit undeserved because I think they're playing a lower class of teams. But I have them winning 31-17.
Come to the Lou. I have this game 34-14, Tulane. Like you said, I think they go either 11-1 or 12-0. I think they have a really easy schedule. I think they have a chance to go undefeated. I'm excited to see them play against Ole Miss either next week or in week 3. I'm very excited for that game to see how they match up. Obviously, they beat USC, so we'll have to see how that game shakes out to be. But the next one is number 18 Oregon State at San Jose State. I'll go first on this one. I'm excited for this game because it's a measuring stick to see where Oregon State is compared to USC. I know it's hard to do, but I mean, at the end of the day, that's their first common opponent. Not only that, but I want to see how DJ looks in this new offense. This game, I'm not sure if it's at the same. It's at 4. So that this game is at. Oh, this game is on Sunday actually. So it's a 12:30 game on Sunday. So there's not going to be any other games competing with it. There's no NFL this week. So really, this is the only football you could watch. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be watching this game. So I'm excited to see how DJ looks with the Beavers. Hopefully that he has a good season. Obviously, I had previously said before between 3,000 and 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns and 8 picks. I think something like that. I'm sure it's in the preview somewhere, so somebody can pull that up if I try to lie about it. But I do have Oregon State winning this game 34-14. So I think it's going to be. It's not going to be like a super blowout, but I think they look good against this team.
Yeah, I will second that. I think DJ is going to have his best year as a college quarterback in this offense in the Pac-12. I thought San Jose State was a little impressive against USC, so I give them a little bit of credit. I'm going to go 38-24 Oregon State.
38-24. Okay, so a 14-point win. It was 56-28 the USC one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but moving on to the next one, probably I wouldn't say probably. This is going to be the best game of the week, obviously. The night game on Sunday, the rematch LSU against Florida State. I'll let you go first with this one and kind of break this one down. We might talk a little bit more, obviously, about this one.
Yeah, I don't remember who I've picked in this game. And I think we've now picked this game like 3 different times. Now, I know who I picked today, but I don't remember. I didn't go back and look in the archives and see who I picked. This is the game of the week, probably one of the top 10 game of the years,
for sure.
Especially when we talk about out-of-conference games, one of the biggest out-of-conference game of the years. A game that was literally went down to the wire last year. And I think last year we thought we were watching 2 declining teams, even though they both ended up having pretty good seasons. We saw 2 quarterbacks kind of break out. And we've talked about Jordan Travis and Jane Daniels. So I think this is the opportunity for these teams now to be played as a marquee game with all eyes on them. With both of these teams have national championship aspirations. Top 10 game. As you can see on the screen, 5 versus 8. I think this game is going to absolutely go down to the wire. I think both quarterbacks are going to make great plays. I think the size of those Florida State wide receivers is going to be a problem. I think both quarterbacks are going to break some runs and extend plays and do some magical things. And I think they're also both going to trip up a little bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see a turnover or 2. I think this is going to be a great game. Like I said, not only do I think this game comes in hyped as one of the best games of the season. I think at the end of the season, we're probably going to be calling this one of the best games of the season, because I think this is going to be a game that goes down to the wire, to the last possession, and somebody's either going to make it happen or not make it happen. With all that being said, I am going to pick Florida State in this game. Again, part of that is the size of the wide receivers. I think Jordan Travis is something special. I think they bring back just a smidgen more. If you look at the rosters and what each team is bringing back, like I said, I think Florida State is going to lose a game this season, but I think they're going to be able to pull this one off. I have Florida State winning on a game-winning field goal, 34-31.
So it's actually crazy. Like if you look at the comments, before I give my prediction, Guinea Pig has it 31-28. Sterling has it 27-24. Bama has it 28-27. I have Florida State as well. Did you say you have Florida State winning?
Yeah, Florida State.
So we all have Florida State winning. I have them winning. Let me go back up to make sure I get the right score. I have them 31-27. I think this game has major playoff implications.
Yes.
Obviously, the loser of this game puts themselves a little back, just because obviously it's already hard enough to get in as a one-loss team. When you're looking at like the totality of all of the previous playoff rankings. Go ahead.
Well, so I disagree, and I think we talked about this, and now I know that I picked Florida State before. I think Florida State has more to lose than LSU. If Florida State lost this game, I think it's a hard road to try to make the playoffs, even if they won the ACC. I think LSU, if they lose this game but win the SEC, they're in. It's, no question they will be in. So I think this game, in terms of playoff indications, means more to Florida State than it does to LSU.
Yep. So I just think of it this way. So if LSU starts the season 0-1 and they have to go through the gauntlet they have to go through in the SEC, I personally don't have LSU going undefeated in the SEC.
No, and I'm only using that to say, if both teams were able to run the table the rest of the way, who would this game harm more if they lost? So Florida State at the end of the season,
it's for sure Florida State
was,
then,
and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, just because the ACC is so much weaker than the SEC, so I could definitely see that. And obviously, in the ACC, if they were to make a title game, they're playing against a Louisville or a Clemson or a Miami or North Carolina, while on the other side, LSU would be playing against arguably the number one team in college football in Georgia, or even maybe Tennessee. So regardless, I mean, it's a better resume. John says, "What LML FSU sucks. They aren't making the playoffs. LSU by 10." I wouldn't be surprised if LSU won by 10, though. That's not like crazy to me. I think if either team won by 10, I wouldn't be super surprised. But I wouldn't say Florida State sucks. They're a top 10 team.
I would call 10 a close game.
10 is, for me, that's where the margin is.
We were up by 3, and then we scored a touchdown late. That's 10.
Yeah.
Like 10 doesn't mean that. 10 means that I'm watching that game to the end. Right? 21 is probably where I start to say, like, this game's over. 10 to me is a possession or a turnover away from being a whole different game.
Alrighty, but before we get into our last game, those of you guys who are in here and you have not already, please do us a favor, like the stream. Make sure you guys share it to your friends, family, anybody who likes college football and you want to get them here on the channel to talk with us. We go live twice a week. This is our first preview and prediction video. We do this, like I said, twice a week. On Saturday, we're going to be recapping all of the games as well. So that's going to be fun. Our favorite viewer is here today. He came in quite late, Michael Campbell.
What up, Michael Campbell?
You missed.
We talked about the Irish. We talked a lot about the Irish. You missed it.
Yeah. But just to kind of get into our final game.
Let me kick this one off so you can end. So we can end these previews with you talking about Clemson. I think that's just the appropriate way to end.
And also after we talk about this game, we can do a bit of an after show. Just kind of like talking with everybody in here before we kind of dip out.
Everybody. All right. So this is my second upset alert of the week. I think I've said that a couple times. I think Duke is better than people are giving them credit for. I hope Clemson is not looking past them. I have this game super close. I think obviously with Clemson, the defense is going to be nasty. It's a matter of Cade, right? I think Will Shipley's going to do Will Shipley things. It's a matter of can they get that passing game going? I think, and I'm going to be honest, I think the problem with the Clemson offense last year was much less DJ and much more the wide receivers. Clemson, I don't think, has had a true big number one threat in 2 or 3 years, which really kind of coincides with the last time that DJ had a pretty good season. So my question is, can these Clemson receivers play? I think this Duke team is legit. Riley is a serious quarterback, and I think these boys are going to come to play. I think Clemson's defense is just a little bit too much. In the end, I have this a low-scoring game. I go 21-18. Clemson pulls off the win, but I think the defense wins this game for them, and I think we leave this game with questions about the Clemson offense.
So obviously, I'm going to go the opposite direction. I think, I mean,
Well,
I'm
I
going to
pick
pick.
Clemson.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be as close as you're saying.
Okay,
So
got you.
Clemson is a 13-point favorite. I had them covering that. I do think Clemson is going to be a lot better with Garrett Riley as the offensive coordinator. Those of you guys who don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody here does. But he was the offensive coordinator for TCU last year, and we saw the offense that TCU had. Clemson obviously had question marks surrounding the offense last year, but I don't think it had much to do with the receivers. I think it had a lot to do with the offensive coordinator. I think the play calls that they were giving DJ, as well as Will Shipley, Antonio Williams, Jake Brenningstool, Adam Randall, all those wide
You don't have
receivers
to
that we
name the
had.
whole roster, okay? We understand
All of those. Well, but the problem is when you are only throwing the ball within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, you don't have that threat to go over the top. And Clemson, over the last 10 years, has been notorious as taking shots down the field. When you look at all the receivers that we've had.
Quickly as we talk, who do you think is the breakout wide receiver
Antonio
for Clemson
Williams.
this year? Okay.
But he was a bit of the breakout receiver last year. He was a true freshman. He wore number 0. I'm not sure if you remember. He wears number 0. I think Florida FL won't have a good time tomorrow. Oh, Florida. Against Utah. Yeah. Utah. Bama says 34-20. K_E says 38-17. So I have the game. Let me pull up on my thing, make sure I say this right. Sorry, guys. I have it 37-20. So I have a 17-point game. I think the offense looks terrific. And I think Duke's offense is good, but I think Clemson's defense is better.
I agree.
Historically have had a top 5 offense in the last decade. Defense, I'm sorry, in the last decade. So we have all 4 of our defensive linemen are graduate students. So they're all, very well experienced. So I don't think their offense is going to give us any issues.
You're not going to put that on the screen?
Put what? Oh, I didn't see that. Duke wins 27-21. Sterling says 31-17. Clemson. I don't think that their offense is going to give us too many issues. Just because we've played against tough offenses in the past, obviously, and we've found a way to win. And I think coaching is going to play a big factor as well. I don't want to talk too long about Clemson. I can go on for hours, but I do have it 37-20. I'm really excited for this game. Obviously, it's the lone game on Labor Day, so we'll be able to kind of get our spotlight. We played on Labor Day last year as well against Georgia Tech. Oh, and K_E. Oh no, he said something else. Duke lost to Georgia Tech last year. Clemson doesn't lose to the Duke type teams. I don't know. We lost to Pitt and we lost to I think we lost to Syracuse a couple years ago too. Either Pitt or Syracuse or something like that. But so I wouldn't say it's impossible for us to lose this game. I just don't think it's going to happen. But this is definitely obviously a game to watch just because of the offensive woes last year and kind of see where they've progressed with Garrett Riley and Cade getting a full offseason. But that is all of our week 1 predictions for the season or the first week. But before we let all you guys go, like I said, make sure you guys join the Pick'em. The Discord is in the link is in the description as well. The link to that. Make sure you guys join that. We've been beating that drum for the last 2 weeks. We talk football in there every single day. So Carson, I know you're not in there. K_E, you're not in there. Michael Campbell, you're not in there. A lot of you guys are not in the Discord yet. I'm going to go ahead and post it one more time so you guys can join. It's just another place where we post. My bad. I forgot you're a Clemson fan. My bad. No, you're good. Hey, it is what it is.
Everybody has their opinion.
Yeah, no, that's what we made this channel for.
I have a son who was once an Ohio State fan. It's not in Ohio State.
You talking about your other son. You talking about your other son.
No, the one I'm talking about knows who he is. He was an Ohio State fan his whole adolescence.
Oh, okay, that's a crazy statement.
Right,
that is false. That is false.
All right, 9 years. 9 years.
But make sure you guys join. Like I said, the Discord link is in the comment section right there. It takes a couple minutes to join it. You guys will be able to chop it up with us throughout the weekend. We're going to talk football in there every time. We also, he said, I know that's not no Pepsi. It sure is, man. It tastes crazy too, right here. Hey, we need to get sponsored. Pepsi, where you at?
Yeah, that's why
Um,
I see. This is why I went to water and my own cup because these drink sponsors didn't come through yet. So
um, Alex just now joined in. He was the person who came in on
it's
the show. Then,
WHM.
um, I don't know. His son must be typing on his phone.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I said,
but I'll make sure
you
you
know,
guys
I'm a
join the
little
pick.
older. I don't know
Make,
all the new slang, so I don't know what that means.
who's winning tomorrow, Nebraska, Minnesota. So that was the very first game we actually previewed, man. And I had Nebraska, and my dad
Thank
had
you, getting
Nebraska
good
as well.
clips.
So we both had Nebraska. You'll have to rewatch the live to kind of get the full breakdown of all of our week one picks.
Yeah,
Um,
Jeff Sims. I think if Nebraska is going to be legit, he needs to have a good game
yeah,
tomorrow.
see, his son was
Um,
typing.
oh, okay. And yeah. So I've heard nothing but good things. Let's see what he does.
And also, like I said, we still have a strong 14 people in here. If you have not already, please do us a quick favor. Hit that like button so that way we can get more likes on this stream.
I think
So more
most people
people
here
find,
have liked, right?
yeah, find this channel. You'd be surprised. Um, Gonna be sponsored by Starry's. Sorry ass. Who's Starry's?
The soda. It
I
took
don't
over for
I don't know who Starry's is.
Sierra Mist.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that
It's the
is.
new name for Sierra Mist.
Oh, I hope we do get sponsored by them. We'll take it. Um,
Yeah,
and then also, like I said, join the pick'em so you guys can have a chance to win a free jersey. You pick 10 games throughout the week, and then whoever has the best score, we're gonna update leaderboards during the week so we know and kind of keep track of. But it's been fun, man. This was our week one preview and prediction. Again, our next live. Chilito Jesse says, "What's the SeatGeek code?" We are not sponsored by SeatGeek just yet, but we getting there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Put
Um,
that in.
Make sure if you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe. Share this to a friend. Have them subscribe. We've kind of been stagnant around this 920 mark. We're trying to get up to that 1,000 so we can give away the signed Heisman jersey. It's a big jersey. I know all of you guys have a friend who has not entered the channel. So do your good deed for the day. Tell them about Clash of Cultures. Tell them about how good of a college football channel this is. So that way we can have more people in here talking football with us. The more, the merrier. The differentiating. How do I want to say this? The different opinions on the channel will help us out a lot. It'll help y'all keep grinding.
Well, thanks, Carson.
Coming.
Appreciate that. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, definitely, man. We just want more people to get in here so that way more people can give us their opinions and their takes. It makes for much more dialogue. Irish 2-0. Wake up the echoes. We back. Y'all have played 2 high school teams.
I'm not going to talk shit because y'all play Ohio State week 4, and I'll be a person like I'll literally flip this whole computer over if they lose. So I'm not going to talk shit because you get to talk your shit if Notre Dame beats Ohio State. Like I don't even have control of this, but I will like try to delete you off the internet forever.
But yeah, make sure do your good deed for today. Share the channel to somebody that you know. We want to get more people in here. And again, Michael, Carson, Jesse, Edgar, Alex, all of you guys, make sure you join the Discord. The Discord, we just started it about a week ago.
So hold on, because I got to tell this story. Because I think people think this is a game. So if you guys remember, I think 2 years back to back.
Story time.
I think 2 years back to back, Ohio State played Clemson either in a playoff or bowl game. Now, obviously, at this point in time, so it is, and my son will tell you, obviously, we lived together for most of his life.
During those games, we definitely lived together.
I'm not like a, hey, let's joke about the fact that your team lost type of guy. Like, I really want to fight, like deep down in my heart, like I want to fight. Like, so Steve, like, and so there's certain games, like I have never watched the Ohio State and Michigan game with anybody. I can't do it. Like if I watch it with Michigan fans, and I've obviously, if you guys know, I'm in the Navy. Being in the Navy, there's people from all over. Obviously we talk trash and we joke around. But yeah, I can't watch a game. It gives me enough time to cool off before I go to work because I really be wanting to fight, like deep down in my heart. Like this isn't like a joke. Like Clemson beat Ohio State. Like Steven just stays on the opposite side of the house because I really want to fight. Like deep down in my bones.
You know what's actually crazy? I feel like personally, so Clemson and Ohio State had played each other
A couple times, like
three times, I think. Three times. No, four
no
times actually.
4, yeah, because
So the
so
Taj
three,
Boyd,
it's 3-1.
the Taj Boyd one, the Deshaun Watson one, the Trevor Lawrence one twice, actually. Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence
Trevor
twice.
Lawrence twice. Yeah,
So we've beaten you guys 3 years in a row, and then y'all beat us. And the
but
crazy
three
part is,
times, not 3 years in a row.
I'm sorry,
Three times.
three times
Yeah.
in a row. Um, it's crazy because when it came to those games, obviously I had like, the good end of the stick the first 3 times, but I feel like even when we won the first 3 games and then Ohio State won, if it was anybody else, like if it was Christian, I would call and talk shit to him. But like with you, I feel like me, we're respectful about it. Like I feel like even when
Yeah,
Ohio State
no,
won, like you weren't like talking trash to me, and I think it's because we both know how much we care about the teams,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to.
Somebody that I know that like is like me, like I won't fuck with them. Like I'll just but yeah, people that yeah, no, like I said, I'm not somebody. I think I posted this last year. Like I'm not somebody who like jokes around about like, oh, your team lost, haha. Like I don't find that funny at all. Like I really be want to look.
John is crazy.
John, you had to. You know what, John? Only because you showed your ball. I'm trying to think. Do I have anything Navy in here? Let me say this: there are enough people in this room to include my son that literally know that I'm in the Navy. That I don't think that's something I have to prove. Sterling knows I'm in the Navy. Edgar knows I'm in the Navy. I think there's enough people that that's not, what I'm saying, like, but I love Tugboat. I'm not gonna lie, John. That was probably your funniest comment. That one was a pretty good one.
Yeah, tugboat was crazy.
Take a
Obvious.
picture of your Tugboat. That was pretty good. I'm gonna take Navy pictures and put them up in the Discord.
Go ahead and Google that photo. Steven knows Photoshop. Kelvin is a certified sailor.
Alex knows I'm in the Navy.
He does have the same haircut as Popeye. It's crazy.
Alex knows I'm in the Navy. So again, most of these people I've known. Obviously, if you guys don't know, so Alex, I've known him since he was like 7, 8 years old. Sterling, I've known since he was in high school. Edgar, I used to change his diapers.
Bro, shut up. Oh man, that is hilarious.
But yeah, and I don't think that's something people lie about. Like, who lies about being in the Navy? Like there's no special qualifications to be in the Navy.
Yeah, I don't know. You always see those videos online though, of people like
walking
around.
If you're trying to get like a deal or something like that. But yeah. I'm literally so I have no room to lie about anything because my son is literally here. There's nothing I can lie. I can't be like I got a Porsche because my son will be like, no, you don't.
He said Kelvin used to change Edgar diapers and no do for 2 years.
That motherfucker was still shitting himself 2 years ago.
Edgar, if you in here, that's crazy.
He used to change grown man shit.
Oh man.
Remember old Michael?
Yo, relax. Yo, you are crazy.
Some people in here. Alex knows what I'm talking about. Alex knows. Alex knows. Oh, does Sterling know what I'm talking about right now?
No, I don't think he does.
Sterling don't know that story? Oh,
nah.
Okay.
I don't think he wouldn't have a reason to know that story. Alex definitely knows.
Well, Alex does. Alex knows that story. Grown man shit. No, I'm not telling you.
No, we're not doing that, Alex. We're not doing that, Alex. Michael's my guy, man. We're not doing that. I'm not the loop man. Yeah, we have story times for days, man. Obviously when we post videos throughout the week.
You remember that diaper?
Yeah, I remember. That was with Alex. I mean, that was with Michael as well. We obviously throughout the week when we post college football content, it's more like serious and stuff. But when it comes to live shows, you guys see a bit more of the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
There's been.
I wish I could tell y'all this Michael story.
I know how you did Alex on Halloween though. Oh yeah, I don't think my dad remembers that.
No, I don't remember this.
Basically what happened was, so those of you guys in the chat, just a quick story time. I was 11 years old. Me and Alex Corbin in the chat, we're on the same Pop Warner team. And we were like 11.
That team, right?
Yeah, we were like at 11. We were 11 or 12. And before we get into this conversation, that Pop Warner team was absolutely terrible. Me and No Navy photos behind the scenes. Me and Alex were new to the area. His dad was in the military as well, so we moved to Virginia Beach. And when we moved there,
What
um,
the fuck? No,
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't. Don't put
yes,
this
you
out here
did.
like I'm some
Yes, you did. You
child
did actually.
abuser.
No, listen.
What
This is
the
what happened.
fuck?
Listen, this is what happened. This is
Like
what
I'm
happened.
beating up 9-year-olds.
So we moved to Virginia and we were new to the area. And Steven was my quarterback and I was the center. That
Yeah,
is
that's a
actually
fact.
true. That is
That is a
actually
fact.
true. So we you are literally airing out dirty laundry. Hey, appreciate you for coming by, Nicholas. You're a little late. Make sure you rewatch the live so you can see all of the week one picks we made. But we moved to Virginia and we were in like fourth or fifth grade, and me and Alex don't know each other at this point, and we both played football at our previous parents' duty stations. We moved to Virginia, and we played for the Virginia Beach Mustangs, which is notorious for having some pretty good talent. They had Percy Harvin, Taj Boyd, and that's how I eventually became a Clemson fan. But that's another story.
Yeah.
So we sign up for this. My dad and his dad sign us both up for this football program organization, and we don't know each other yet. And we were on the junior Pee Wee division, that's the
Three.
age. No, wait. So that was the age. The age range was junior Pee Wee. They had so many kids in that age range. They had three teams. The number one team obviously had the best players, who all the coaches, they got the first pick of those players. Obviously, me and Alex, they don't know who we are. So the second team doesn't pick us, and the first team doesn't pick us.
Anchor is the Navy song, John.
So we end up on the junior Pee 3 team with people who are picking their nose and stuff like that, and don't really know how to play football. Some of those, we had a girl on our damn team who was playing left tackle.
Oh
Her name,
yeah, and our brother, her and her
yeah, and
brother.
her brother, yeah, her and her brother.
Yeah.
So there was four players on that team I would say was halfway decent. Me and Alex were good, and then we had two other guys.
Running
Both
back,
both of them were running backs.
yeah.
Corey and Tommy. Corey was a psycho one, and then Tommy was the
yeah, went to church. Went to church.
Churchland. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tommy was the fat light skinned kid
Yeah.
who played running back with us, so he was cool. But I was a quarterback and Alex was a center, and we lost every single game by double digits, and every single game, me and Alex cried after every game. All the other kids did not care. We cried every game. We scored a touchdown in our final game, and it was the best thing ever. You're going to talk about when your dad was out there? Oh yeah. So yes, it did. So, and before we get into the Halloween story, sorry, I know we're all over the place here, but in a football practice on that team, my dad was playing scout team quarterback in a white jumpsuit, and it was raining outside, y'all, and it was muddy, and he had on the white and yellow old Kobe's, the Adidas Kobe's.
Oh yeah.
And
the moon
yeah, and he ran. He was at a shotgun, and he ran and tried to make the turn, and slipped and fell in the mud, and it was hilarious. Corey had Tourette's. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, Corey was.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
he was
hope he's
crazy.
all right.
Yeah, but nonetheless, so we were on that team. And we cried after every game. Alex was the center. I was the quarterback. And a couple years go by, like 2 years later, and we're in the same neighborhood still. And Alex, me and my dad are passing out candy to the kids for Halloween, and we're on our porch, and I'm holding the bucket of candy, and Alex in the chat was coming by with a bunch of little girls and stuff, getting candy, and Alex tried to grab a handful, and he grabbed a handful, and he had you know how a lot of kids have pillowcases. So he had a pillowcase full of candy, and I don't watch a lot, but I think I'm going to start. Y'all are crazy. Yeah, man. We have a lot of crazy story times, man. Obviously, like I said, throughout the week when we post football, it's more serious talks, but these live shows are going to get kind of funny. Just because you can see our true personalities. But so Alex tried to grab a handful of candy, and he tried to run and take off. And obviously we're 12. And you know, Alex was fat back then. I mean, he's still a little fat, but
do that to my boy Alex.
Alex knows. Alex was a little chunky back then, but he had a little bit of speed on him for a big boy. And he tried to take off, and my dad chased him down and snatched him up from behind and ripped his pillowcase open, and his candy went everywhere. And his candy is all over the front of the street.
What?
And obviously we're in military housing, so there's hella kids everywhere. And they just start picking up Alex's candy, and Alex is hot. And then my dad is just laughing at him, and Alex is pissed. And at this time, Alex is walking around with a bunch of girls, so I know Alex was he was hella embarrassed, and he felt like he was played. But I thought it was hilarious, obviously.
Well, my bad, Alex. My
You
bad. I take it
you
back.
don't
I
you
don't
really don't
remember
remember
that.
that? Alex
Yeah.
said, Alex, what did he say? Let me pull it up on the screen. He said, I barely know the story because my head bounced off the. Okay, you're okay. Relax,
You wild.
relax.
You see what I'm saying? You trying to get me arrested. This is why we ain't telling these stories. I'm bouncing little kids' heads off concrete. Come on. You shouldn't have tried to
um,
steal the damn candy, Alex. I do the
uh,
shit again.
that's actually crazy. But yeah, we have some pretty insane stories.
Oh,
With half the
yes.
people with half the people in this chat, there are 17 of you guys in here right now. Obviously, as you guys are enjoying the live show, if you haven't already, like I said, make sure you guys like it and join the Discord. We talk about stuff like this all the time in there. Um, it's super fun. Obviously, the
If you
channel's.
think about it, from that Virginia Beach teams, you got Bucky Hodges, Grant Holloway, who obviously didn't make his
Oh
name in
yeah. So
football.
those of you guys who don't know Grant Holloway, he's a three-time world champion in the hurdles. I think last
Yeah.
week he won the hurdles again.
Just yeah.
He's
What
going to the
maybe
Olympics.
a week, 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago, yeah.
yeah. He's going to the Olympics for the 110-meter hurdles. He was in that organization as well, but he's a year younger than me and Alex. So
Yeah.
he played on a team younger than him and I. So he's another guy, another product out of there. Obviously, he's running track now, but he is a certified Olympian, which is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, dude is legit. You got old Raleigh neighbors.
That's another story. That's another
uh,
story. That's another story.
Fumble finger Raleigh. He probably gonna watch this at some point. Like, it's
Nah,
gonna
he's not gonna
tag
watch
him or
this.
some shit.
He's not
But
gonna watch this.
I wonder what he's doing. Let me see who else. Who else made it big just from that time? Like I said, I think Bucky Hodges is probably
Bucky,
Grant's probably the biggest. Bucky went
I
to
mean
the NFL.
Taj, Percy.
Well, Taj was Taj and Percy were before really our time there.
More of a story. Don't go trick or treating with your kid at Jackson's house.
No, man,
Sterling.
y'all make it seem like, man, I wouldn't be. I was the nice one. I was the nice one of the neighborhood. I played with all the kids. You know what I'm saying? Hung out with them.
Yo, that sounds crazy.
I do. You know what I mean? You know
Yo,
what I mean?
yo, bro, sound like Epstein.
No, that sounded good.
um, yo,
I'm
them
trying
kids
to
in Millie
think.
Housing don't care.
Do anybody else? I know because I know a number of kids played college football. I know Brendan O'Neill won state at
What's
Ocean
going on, Al?
Lakes.
Nice to see you, man. USC fan. USC fan. I think this might be your first time at a live show. I don't remember you coming to the other lives, but I mean, we're an hour and a half in. Obviously, came in a bit late.
Yeah, we playing around now.
Yeah, we're just kind of chopping it up, talking, but we did predict all of the marquee matchups in week one, so make sure you rewatch it so that way you can be able to see those. We did talk about USC. But yeah, I mean, is there any other topics, Dad, that you could think of off the top of your head? Kind of just to get a little bit more back to football.
Oh yeah.
Heading into this week.
No, like I said,
Anything you want to see?
to me, the biggest story this week is just now that we get to see everybody play, we get to see who's real and who's not. And like I said, I think that's even going to be, there's going to be some teams that get exposed even though they win, right? There may be some wins that look bad. And let me say this, to be honest, to kind of go back, I think the USC San Jose State game did more to hurt USC than help them. Because I think we felt good about them on offense. And I think the concern was what were they going to look like on defense? And I don't think they did much to help this up. I do want to talk about Swamp Kings.
Wait, before you do that, like Bama said, make sure you guys join the Discord. The link is right here in the comment section. There are 16 of you guys in here right now. There are not 16 people in our Discord. So do us a quick favor. Join the Discord right now as you're live. Go join it. Come back, say done, say you guys joined us. That way we can kind of keep up with you guys throughout the weekend. We talk football on there daily, 24/7. John Berger's in there talking crazy every single day. So Alan,
posting up post pictures and shit.
Yeah. Alan, Carson, Alex, Michael, all of you guys, please do us a quick favor. Join the Discord. It's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just another community thing that we have to where all of our fans or all of our viewers go in there. And my dad and I are in there as well. You can tag us. You can give us suggestions for the shows. Bama says it'll be lit to have 20 people talking on Saturday. Yeah, hopefully. I think we have like 13 people in there right now. It would be awesome if we got you guys in there. But like Alan said, Dad, go ahead and give your take on Swamp Kings.
So I actually just finished Swamp Kings today. A horrible documentary of a team or an era that needed a documentary. I think there's so many things that they didn't go into. Obviously, Aaron Hernandez. We could talk about I thought they could have went way more into Percy. A bunch of the people. What was the Riley Cooper? Was that the guy that the wide receiver that was
He
saying
said
the N
like,
word?
yeah, from the Eagles, yeah.
There was so many stories they could have went into. Cam Newton and why he left Florida. They didn't even talk about that really. They talked about Cam Newton being there, but not why he left Florida. And just another quick story. As Steven mentioned, I don't want to say we knew Percy, but we, obviously.
Oh man, John, you are crazy, dude.
This guy
It
really
was
must be
hey,
there.
listen, it was John's idea to start this Discord.
Yeah.
So credit
Respect
to
to
John.
John. John
Again,
really wants me not to be in the Navy.
hey Lonnie, do us a favor. Go join the Discord. The link is right there in the comment section. Like I said, Alan, Michael, Alex, Edgar, everybody make sure you guys join it. But go ahead. Keep going, Dad.
But yeah, I think for a documentary during that time period where you have literally a guy who has lived his life or had at that point in time lived his life as the saint in Tim Tebow, maybe goes down as one of the greatest college football quarterbacks of all time. Literally playing with, and in that 2009 season, the leading receiver was a guy who was convicted of murder. Like I said, you had something like 40 something arrests from that team. Just all types of crazy stories. I thought it was more of a fluff piece. I thought they could have went so much deeper than they really did, and breaking down some of the stories and arrests and what happened with these people's lives. How do you not bring on the Pouncey twins, who were good friends with Aaron Hernandez? How do you not really talk about Aaron Hernandez? How do you not bring on Percy, who was a big part of that run? How do you these are to really tell that story. There was so much more, and like I said, it was a fluff piece, almost to make. And I heard somebody else say this, to make Urban Meyer look good, I think, and then kind of so we all praise Tim Tebow. And again, Tim Tebow probably goes down as one of the greatest college football quarterbacks of all time. But I thought they could have went so much deeper, and we deserve so much more stories from that team in that era, especially when we kind of know for some of these people how their life ended up.
Yeah, definitely. I personally haven't watched it. Just because I've heard so much bad about it. I've heard so much that they didn't go into.
Yeah.
So I haven't even really taken the time to do it. Should I have any concerns regarding TSU game Saturday? I see. Who's the Tennessee State?
TCU?
Are you talking about TCU or talking about Tennessee State? With Notre Dame. If that's the game you're talking about, then I'm not sure. So please let us know what you mean by that. But yeah, I mean, this show was really fun. Obviously, we got to break down all the games. Again, we are not going live Sunday. We are going live Saturday as soon as the games end. Let me see when the last marquee matchup is for Saturday. It really, I mean, we could probably, yeah, right after the North Carolina South Carolina game. So we'll
What
probably
time
be
do that
live
game start?
7:30 Eastern. So we'll probably be live
So probably
around
about 10:30.
yeah 10
10:30 Eastern.
10:30 Eastern. To we'll make it for 10:30 Eastern on Saturday night. Please, if you have not already, like the video, hit that notification bell on your screens. That way you know exactly when we go live. And also, like I said, we are at 929 subscribers right now. We are giving away a signed Heisman jersey at 1,000. Do us a favor. There's 15 of you guys in here right now. Send our channel to a friend. Let them know that, I mean, a friend that obviously likes college football. Don't send it to your great grandmother who's not going to care about the channel.
Hey, maybe great grandma will subscribe. Shit.
But send our channel to a friend that likes college football.
Or your
That
great grandmother.
that will give us their takes. We're trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're trying to build a community, a good community of college football fans. At some point, we're going to grow to the point where we're going to have the channel and chat flooding. And we really appreciate all of you guys here now who kind of start with us and stuck with us throughout this point. It's been super fun. And eventually, we're going to bring people on the show. So, Michael, John, Guinea Pig, all these crazy takes that y'all have in the chat, Bama, you guys are eventually going to be on the screen with us talking throughout these live shows. So you're no more going to be a username in here and just dip out. I mean, a lot of you guys who have been here, the last couple of weeks, we've kind of weeded out the people who say something crazy then don't show up anymore, which is cool. So,
and respect to John, because he says something crazy, but he keeps showing up. I love you, John.
yeah, John's my guy. Obviously, he's the one who started the
Well,
idea
outside
of
of
getting
those
the
comments you made, that almost got it shut down. Besides
yeah.
those, I love
I'm
you,
not gonna
John.
lie. Don't ever do that again. Um, Bama said, yeah, he's afraid to get on camera. He's camera shy. Um, he said John on the show is gonna be wild. I'm not gonna lie. John on the show might break the internet. So, John, here's what we'll do. Matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do, John. I got a little challenge for everybody in the comment section right now. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we will set up a live show with John Berger to either recap or break down games. We'll probably do recap. We'll do recap. For John to get on the
You
show
probably don't
and
want John
recap, but we're
previewing
gonna have
games.
to have you sign some sort of paperwork because you can't get on here and say something
John need
crazy.
a disclaimer. John will get us shut the fuck down. Okay? John, I don't know about that. That may not be a good idea. John,
So
we're gonna have to talk offline before we do this.
so John, we'll get you on the show, but we got to get to 1,000 subscribers first. So please, those of you guys who, like I said, know people who are college football fans, friends, family, whatever the case may be, send this to them. Get people in our Discord. We want to try to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 929. The more the merrier. He said, nah, Epstein was the worst one. Yeah, that was a little crazy. He said, you ain't never gonna get to talk about football with John on the show. Yeah, it's gonna be. He said, do I get royalties? Hey, we don't get paid for this, man. Relax. He said, I will always show up after talking trash. I grew up in St. Pleasant, Maryland. That's how we grew up. Okay, I respect it.
That's what's up.
So it'll be fun. Like I said, if you guys,
Hey,
I think
let me real fast. Nobody knows where the fuck St. Pleasant, Maryland is. All right, I'm gonna just be real with you, Michael. Like you didn't say some shit. Though. I grew up in Compton. Nobody knows what the fuck that is. You said that like, oh, Mike grew up in St. Pleasant, Maryland. Nobody knows where that is. This is not the loop.
But yeah, we're trying to get as many people in here as we can. Just that way, it's a little bit more fun going back and forth with people. Getting people the crying emojis. Obviously, all of you guys who have been in here, no, y'all have been in here for the last couple of months. So we really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I do know Michael joined the Discord, so he did get in there. Those of you guys who have not done that already, please do us a favor and do that. Nicholas, Clemson fan, please join the Discord. I need another Clemson fan in there. Straight out of St. Pleasant.
Yeah, that boy out of Pleasantville.
Alan, do us a favor, join the Discord. Like I said, I think that is going to. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna post it in the I'm gonna post it in the chat one more time. Nicholas said he joined. Perfect. Bro said St. Pleasant stand up. Y'all are crazy. I posted the Discord link again in the comment section. Make sure you guys join that. It's been super fun. Don't prospect easy this west side.
All right, let's go. Let's wrap it up. Let's go. John get the
Kevin Durant is from St. Pleasant.
Oh yeah, that makes it real gangster because he's a known gangster. Kevin Durant, him and Larry Hoover, they on the same. Boy, that's hood. You're right.
But yeah, like I said, we appreciate you guys. The next live show is going to be Saturday at 10:30 Eastern after the games conclude. Yeah, ish. But it'll be right around that time. Yo, we got the chat going crazy right now. Again, I challenge everybody, get us one more subscriber, get us one more viewer, somebody that you know is going to get in here and talk football with us, or just chop it up and talk trash with us. Because obviously for the last 30 minutes, that's what we've been doing, just going over story times and stuff. The channel is going to grow more organically that way. So it's been fun. Again, at 1,000 subscribers, we have that signed Heisman jersey giveaway. I almost said the name on accident. That would have been terrible. And then we also have John coming on the show at 1,000 subscribers shortly after 1,000.
John's agreed to this, but
he said if you say West Side, you've never been on the West Coast. But we will see you guys tomorrow before the game start. Obviously, we're gonna drop a video. But if you guys are in the Discord, we'll see you in 10 minutes because we talk in there all the time. So make sure you guys join that. Link is in the description. And also, one last thing before we head out. Make sure you guys go to our recent video and join the Pick'em. I'm almost positive it ends tomorrow. So if you have not joined the Pick'em already, I think there's 30 people in there right now. Go in there and join it, and make sure you guys rename your entry so it doesn't say ESPN user 55 whatever. How many? We want to know who's going to be in there. He said, y'all keep it going. This football season is going to be crazy. I'll try to find an infant so Jax can change some diapers live. Huh? I'm confused.
Yeah, let's go. Let's wrap it up, B. Wrap it up, B.
But we will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's live show. So we will see you guys then. Peace out. Oh, I'm sorry, not tomorrow's live show, y'all. Saturday's live show. Saturday's live show. Saturday's live show. And tomorrow before the Utah Florida game. But we will see you guys then. We'll see you in the Discord. Peace out.